close. Welcome to the temple for Shabbat evening services, live streamed by YouTube. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We invite you to reach out, to bridge the gap of the physical distance between us, to join together as we welcome this Shabbat. If you have a copy of the prayer book, Mishkan Tefillah, with you at home, you can follow along and join us in the readings. If not, you can access a digital copy of the prayer book from the link provided in your YouTube description. Or you may simply want to settle back, settle in, share this Shabbat service in your heart. May the words we share and the prayers we speak enter your hearts and your homes with a blessing of Shabbat peace. Our opening song is Hine Ma Tov, how good it is and how pleasant when a community can gather as one. If you need the words, they're on page 10.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת עמים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, יאללה לי 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 לי. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
We begin with a special prayer for strength and courage in these trying times. God of wisdom, bless medical scientists and researchers around the world with insight and skill, dedication and fortitude as they combat coronavirus, so that the work of their hands may yield knowledge and understanding, speedily finding a vaccine, treatment, and deterrence for its spread. Source of life, grant public health and government officials the strength to act swiftly and decisively with compassion and understanding in the service of humankind, fighting this outbreak and other diseases that still plague the planet, diseases threatening the lives of our brothers and sisters, nations and communities, young and old. Be with those who serve us and support us in these trying times so that we have food to eat, warmth and power for our homes. Rock of Ages, bring an end to disease and to suffering, so that we may all know your compassion and your love. Praised are you, Adonai, healer of all flesh, maker of wonders. We continue now with the lighting of Sabbath candles, which begins on page 3. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who makes us holy through commandments and commands us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lihadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Turn now to page 5 for the Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei puri hagafen. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen.
L'chaim, to life. Our service continues now on page 20 with L'cha Dodi.
L'cha Dodi, likrot kala, b'nei Shabbat, nikabla. L'cha Dodi, likrot kala, b'nei Shabbat, nikabla. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom u'mivorach. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom u'mivorach.
We turn now to our call to worship, the Baruch Hu, which can be found on page 28.
Adonai, Amivorach, Le'olam va'ed. Praise be the one to whom our praise is due. Praise be the one to whom our praise is due. Praise be the one to whom our praise is due, now and forever.
We turn now to page 31, below the line. I know that the tide is not an independent force, but merely the submission of water to the movements of the moon in its orbit. And this orbit is in turn subject to other orbits which are mightier far than it. And so the whole universe is held fast in the clinging grip of strong hands. The forces of earth and sun, planets and comets and galaxies, blindly erupting forces, ceaselessly stirring in ripples of silence to the very depths of black space. Please join us in the Shema, page 34.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך, בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה, אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ושוכבך ובקומך. וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך. וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words which I command you on this day shall be upon your heart, shall be upon your heart, and you shall teach them diligently unto your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up, and when you rise up, and you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes, and you shall write them on the doorposts of your house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates, that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
We continue on page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there's a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. turn now to page 43. Give us a place to rest, Adonai, our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence is acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. Please join us in Yismachu, page 44.
Yismechu b'malichutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu b'malichutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg Shabbat. Mikadeshim Tzvi Shabbat, Kulam Yisperu v'yitangu mitovecha Shabbat. Yismechu b'malichutecha, Shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu b'malichutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg Shabbat. V'hashvir ratzita bo, Ratzita bo v'kidashto Shabbat, Chemdat yamim oto karata Shabbat. Yismechu b'malichutecha, Shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu b'malichutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg Shabbat.
Zecher l'maaseh L'maaseh v'reishit Shabbat, Zecher l'maaseh v'reishit Shabbat.
Yismechu b'malichutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu b'malichutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg Shabbat.
We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happens once upon a time happens all the time. We turn to Tefillah, page 46.
Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Velohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Velohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Velohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem L'ma'an Shemo B'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach Magen, Baruch Ata Adonai, Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, God of our fathers and our mothers, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, God of Leah, and God of Rachel. Great, mighty, and awesome God, transcendent God. You bestow loving kindness, create everything out of love. Remember the loves of our fathers and our mothers, and bring redemption to our children's children for the sake of the divine name. Sovereign, deliverer, helper, and shield. Blessed are you, Adonai, Sarah's helper, Abraham's shield. Baruch Ata Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah. You are forever mighty, Adonai. You give life to all. You rain dew upon us. You sustain life through love, giving life to all. Through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, a sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up and faithfully giving life to all. Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch Ata Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. Page 53. Days pass, and the years vanish, and we walk sightless among miracles. God, fill our eyes with seeing and our minds with knowing. Let there be moments when your presence, like lightning, illumines the darkness with which we walk. Help us to see wherever we gaze that the bush burns unconsumed, and we, clay touched by God, will reach out for holiness and exclaim in wonder, how filled with awe is this place, and we did not know it. Blessed is the Eternal One, the Holy God. Baruch Ata Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Our prayer for peace can be found on page 61. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch Ata Adonai, Hamvorech et Amo Yisrael, Bashalom.
Shalom Ra Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Ra Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam.
take now a moment for silent prayer. In our world today, there is a great need for healing. Healing from this pandemic, which has spread throughout the globe. But healing also in our hearts and our hands as we reach out to one another, even at this distance, to offer care and support for those in our families, for our loved ones, our friends and our neighbors, the communities in which we live. We ask this prayer of healing, of hope, that we might together build a world of peace.
Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
Ilu hotzianu mi Mitzrayim, had God brought us out of Egypt, Dayenu, 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 that's enough. I'm praying that you recognize that song. I'm hoping further that you were singing it around a Passover Seder table sometime this week, in your home, or with family and friends by phone or via the internet, or with the hundreds who gathered here at the temple for one of our virtual Seders via Zoom. And if, in this most distant and disjointed year, you were not able to celebrate the passage of our people from slavery to freedom, let us say together, in the hopes that our generation's passage through the pain and plague which we now encounter will soon be behind us, by saying, Dayenu. There, that counts for a Seder for this year. And I'm only half kidding when I say that. There's more to the Dayenu than a rousing song and a catchy tune for a long list of things for which we have, as a people, something to give thanks. Dayenu has forever been one of the most beloved songs, the most beloved holiday of the entire Jewish year. And when I say forever, I kind of mean forever. Dayenu is one of the oldest prayers that we know. It's first found in Seder Amram, which is our very first prayer book from 1,000 years ago and beyond. Amram Gaon didn't write that prayer book. His is just the oldest surviving copy that we have, which means Dayenu is probably older than 1,000 years by far. The Torah teaches, with age comes wisdom, and there is deep wisdom within the Dayenu as well. There are 15 verses to Dayenu, each one giving thanks for yet another of God's gifts, from slavery to freedom, from Sinai through our years in wandering, until finally we're settled as a free people in our promised land. The rabbis taught that the 15 verses of Dayenu were meant to parallel the 15 Psalms of Ascent, which begin, a song of ascent. To God I called in my distress. I called, and God answered me. 15 Psalms, all beginning with the same words, all written in a lyric style to be sung, all a brief collection of words, giving thanks for God's protection and God's praise. Does that sound like any song you might know? Ilu hotzianu, hotzianu mi Mitzrayim, hotzianu mi Mitzrayim, Dayenu. Why are there 15 verses to Dayenu and 15 Psalms of Ascent? Well, that requires a little more discussion. The Passover Seder loves to play with numbers, and so do the Psalms. There are 4 cups of wine, 3 Passover symbols, 4 questions, and 4 children. That adds up to 15. Okay, that was too easy. There are so many numbers in the Passover Seder, I could have added them up any way I wanted to and come up with 15 at this point. But that's my point. Numbers matter to Passover. And numbers matter to the Psalms as well. Many of the Psalms are written as acrostics, with the first letter of each verse corresponding in order to the letters of the Hebrew Aleph Bet, which are also the Hebrew numbers, often leaving a number or two missing to provide mysteries of their own for us to wonder about. The Hebrew number 15 is a sacred number because it corresponds to the sum of the letters of God's name. But the most likely reason for the 15 verses of Dayenu and the 15 songs of ascent comes from the title of the Psalms. They're called Psalms of Ascent because many scholars believe they were sung on the steps of the temple in Jerusalem by the Levite choir as they began the service of the sacrifices for, among other things, the festival of Passover. 15 verses, 15 psalms, ascending one step at a time, and yes, there were 15 steps that led to the entry place of the temple in Jerusalem. So the meaning beneath the psalms and the song is that giving thanks to God is a 15-step process, each step rising after the other, step by step, until we reach the heights of the temple or our long-awaited promised land. And here lies the lesson we can learn from Dayenu in a darkened age. In trying times, times of pain and loss, our people have recited psalms and songs of praise. We sing songs and songs on Passover, as we did in our Seders and in part as we did in the Hallel service on Passover morning just yesterday. Songs and psalms of thanks and praise make sense for Passover because, after all, on Passover we celebrate our festival of freedom. But looking back on it in another way, Passover could just as well have been a sad and mournful day when we recalled our slavery in Egypt, the cruelty we endured under Pharaoh, the fear we fed amidst the 10 plagues of destruction, and the horrifying human toll which the Egyptian people had to endure before our people could finally be free. But we remember Passover the way we do, step by step, plague by plague, verse by verse, as we sing Dayenu, because somehow we can see then and now that the presence of God is there, helping us each terrifying step along the way. The people of Israel sang songs of praise as they emerged from centuries of slavery and bondage in the land of Egypt, giving thanks for all of the blessings they received in their lives and for all the ultimate blessings of redemption which lay ahead. And so we do today through the words of Dayenu. Psalms and poems of thanks and praise, which we read in fearful times like these, they remind us that in difficult times, recognizing wonder in our lives lifts us up because they help us to recognize that God's presence can be found not just in times of blessing, but even more as a source of strength and courage when knowing that we are not alone in facing these fears can mean even more. The time will come, it really will, when we can say Dayenu and rejoice in the redemption from this pandemic plague. But as we wait for the work of that day, helping one another along the way, let's give thanks and blessings for our lives. Let us sing Dayenu for the blessings of family and friends and faith, gathering across the distance to celebrate still our festival of freedom. And let us say a special prayer of thanksgiving for those who work tirelessly on our behalf, doctors and nurses, scientists and researchers, medical professionals of every kind, and those who work hard to keep us fed and warm and connected to one another every day. And let me share with you these words of thanksgiving collected from an anonymous post making its way across the internet. A poem of thanksgiving in 15 lines, a new Dayenu for the present day. Dayenu, I am not a prisoner, as millions are and we once were. I am not a refugee trying to escape with my life as our ancestors have done for generations. I have access to fresh food and I am not starving. My country was not ruined by years of war. I can reach out to my friends by phone and check in on them. My friends check in on me because they care about me. More than half the world would gladly trade their everyday problems for my own. I may have anxious dreams, but I'm dreaming them in a comfortable bed, not sleeping on the sidewalk. By staying at home, I'm helping the planet to rest. As long as I have my mind, I can create, imagine, dream, and not be lonely. This global crisis connects me to people around the world and reminds me of our common humanity. And this is a good thing. When something tragic happens in another country next time, I will not respond with superiority, but humility and recognition of the common bonds which connect us all. I am surrounded by books. I am surrounded by love. It's Passover, and the trees have already begun to bud. There's more to do, and there's more to say. But for now, Dayenu to this sermon. Amen.
Amen. Ilu hotzianu mi Mitzrayim, hotzianu mi Mitzrayim, Dayenu, 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 Dayenu. Ilu natan lanu et ha-Shabbat, natan lanu et ha-Shabbat, Dayenu, 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 Dayenu. Ilu natan lanu et ha-Torah, natan lanu et ha-Torah, Dayenu, 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 Dayenu.
We continue with the Aleinu, which can be found on page 283. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else.
Va'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei
continue with the reading on page 288. When I die, give what is left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give to me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved. And if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die. People do. So when all that is left of me is love, give me away. This week in our congregation, we remember particularly the names of Lonnie Nafuzi, A.J. Silk, Charney Sotsky, Martha Johnson James, Emma Berman, Stan Nadowitz, Seal Weber, Robert Didle, William Bill Glick, Marcia Tarbus Tofflin, Ann Sherman, Ann Marenblum Herman, Lillian Lansky, Michael M. Renko, Sylvan Stiebel, Robert A. Bowman, David Bass, Elise Lapp Sales, Roy Lee, Alan Plank, Joseph Tsosik, Evelyn N. Levy, Carol Finger Margulis, Sylvia Weingarten, Henry Altman Sr., Margaret Mosen, Irvin Brill, Rick Haskell, Annette Lukowski, Leonard M. Marks, Loretta Goldstein, Kenneth Grossman, Julia Penso, Gladys Fleischaker-Meyer, Beatrice B. Linker, Marcus I. Breyer, Stephanie Kremer, Thelma Brody Weiss, Helen Dinkelspiel, Richard Uslander, Felix Weingarten, Buzzy Victor Jr., Goodman Tasman, Rosalie Fleischaker, Maurice Cohen, Jerome Ginsburg, Sandra Cohen, Mildred Lasker Friedman, and one who died in recent days, Edwin David. We remember also all those whose lives have been lost to this global pandemic. Zichronam livracha, may all their memories be for blessing. As we say together the words of Kaddish, page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, balma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, bagala uvizman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mavorach le'olam ulmei olmaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal, shmei dekudusha b'richu, leilo min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata, Damiran bi'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama Rabba min shemaya v'chayim, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say together, amen. Our closing song is appropriate for the Passover season, Eliyahu Hanavi. If you have a prayer book, you can find it on page 337. Please join us.
Eliyahu Hanavi,
Eliyahu Hanavi, Elijah the prophet, comes soon and in our day, bringing words of redemption for all to hear. As we gather beneath the full moon of Nisan, the same moon our ancestors gathered under for thousands of years in celebration of Passover and this Sabbath of that week, may we draw strength from their resilience, from their courage, and their hope. May our necks remain flexible enough to turn and take note of the miracles in our lives. May our hearts remain soft enough to know the suffering of human beings everywhere. May our hands remain open enough to receive blessings and to extend our gifts to one another with abundant generosity. May we grow in wisdom and kindness, not only for our own sake, but for the sake of generations yet to come. May we continue to ask questions, never settling for things as they are, always envisioning new possibilities for healing the world. May we give thanks for the blessings in our lives, and may our lives always be a source of blessing to others. Adonai oz la'amo yitain. Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. May God grant strength to our people. May God grant strength to all peoples in peace.
Amen.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.